Hello everyone. I think many of you have been waiting for this video, but for various reasons I just couldn't make it earlier. Sometimes I formatted the flash drive, sometimes I accidentally did something else, or I would delete the file. But finally, I made it. I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get started. Let's begin with the fact that in Hong Kong and also in Macau, prostitution is legal. But there is one rule, one brothel, one girl. This is done both to generate income and to protect the workers in this industry. By the way, brothels here are among the safest establishments in all of Asia, both in terms of health risks and in terms of various scams. And the quality of services is also higher than the average across Asia. Okay, I'll cut that out later. I think I shouldn't have blurted that out. The main thing is not to forget. The most famous of these places is the Fuji building, a multi-story brothel supermarket located not far from Causeway Bay Station, as well as the area called Wan Chai. By the way, I'll talk about it a bit later and in more detail, since this place will be more interesting for young guys. Inside, the Fuji building is a modern 22-story building, with each individual floor typically having between 4 and 8 separate accommodation rooms, and in each of these rooms there is always only one girl staying there, specifically just one girl per room. Well, basically the law is the law. Almost every door has some kind of review from grateful clients. Sometimes there's also a photo of the girl there, and sometimes the price list of services is posted as well. Usually the process of visiting the Fuji building looks like this. After entering the building itself, you take the elevator to the very top floor and then walk down the stairs, looking at the photos and reviews on the doors as you go. When you find what you're looking for, you knock, and sometimes the girl might open the door herself if she sees you on the security cameras. Or she might not open it if she doesn't like you, if she's not home, or if she's already with a client, but in that case you'll most likely hear it. And for the hearing impaired, they hang a sign saying they're busy right now. You can see what the room looks like in the following slides. For the most part, they're not much different from, say, the rooms in Chongqing or Mirador mansions. You've probably seen them in the videos with Dennis. So, it's usually a small room, about 3 by 4 meters, with a tiny shower and a small bed, thoughtfully decorated by the girl herself, often with intimate, usually pink lighting. Well, I hope I don't need to explain what the process looks like. Or do I? Basically, after you come in, you take a shower, do your business, and pay. That's pretty much it. Of course, that's the most classic version, but since Hong Kong was once occupied by Japan, and Japanese people still visit quite often, there are actually a wide variety of services here. I'm sitting here thinking, maybe I should split this video into 2 parts. If you subscribe, you'll find out about the second part. Although, considering how long it took me to make this part, the second part might not come out very soon. But go ahead and subscribe and you'll get more details. In any case, Fuji building is just one of many places in Hong Kong designed for men's relaxation. There are a huge number of such places. Take for example, Chongqing and Mirador mansions, which are extremely popular among budget travelers. It's not uncommon for women from Africa to offer their services here. At the same time, they might also offer you certain substances. In addition, there are many brothels scattered throughout Hong Kong. For the most part, they also occupy either an entire building or several floors of it. You can recognize them by the characteristic pink sign or the light coming from the entrance, and of course by various places with a massage sign. Additionally, if you walk around Kowloon or Tsim Sha Tsui at night, one of the many freelancers might approach you. By the way, if you've seen the movie Pretty Woman with Richard Gere and Julia Roberts, it tells a love story. Here things are simpler, and most of the girls just want to become the Hong Kong wife of some Chinese businessman. What does the term Hong Kong wife mean? Basically, it's the same as an Isan wife. I wanted to say Thai wife, but I changed my mind, since I have friends who are married to Thai women from regular families. But Isan is one of the poorest regions in Thailand, and a lot of girls from that area work on the beaches of Pattaya and Phuket. Simply put, a Hong Kong wife is just a kept woman, whom the husband visits once a month or several times a month, but regularly sends her money. By the way, Asia is often associated with debauchery, especially by those who are visiting for the first time. In reality though, Asia is extremely conservative. It's just that most people who come to Asia only get to know a small part of it. Let me just give you some examples. Finding a 25 to 30-year-old virgin in most Asian countries is not that difficult. In fact, some girls I know, again in the 25 to 30 age range, went to a club for the first time with us. Moreover, for example, in China, I have friends who speak pretty good Chinese and whose fiancés are Chinese women. So, there were several instances when passers-by would openly ask their girlfriends something like, "You're a beautiful girl, why are you dating a foreigner?" Just for reference, the guys are tall white men, not Arabs or black men. Those guys have it really tough in China and in Asia in general. Honestly, I have to say that most Asians are racist. This applies to Japan, Korea, and lately you can feel it a bit in China as well. But of course, not all Chinese girls are homebodies and innocent. There are also some wild girls who can easily rival their peers from Western Europe. By the way, this is especially true for Hong Kong, given its history as a British colony and the influence of English culture. And I just thought about it and decided to split the video into two parts. Ha ha ha. The next part will contain a bit more detailed and comprehensive information about the girls themselves, as well as some additional details about prices, the range of services offered, and also how and where to look for them. So please stay tuned for more. In addition, there will be some information for young guys, explaining where you can simply meet girls who live in Hong Kong. Well, I think that's all. I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck to everyone, and goodbye.